Hi, this is Claire Diaz, and welcome to Catch Up with Clarity. This is our first ever podcast. I've decided to create one just for the purpose of you guys to be able to listen to our first topic, which is entering college. So, since this is our very own podcast, well, actually, this is my first podcast, I wanted to invite my sister, Nina Diaz.
Hey guys, so I'm here with my sister and we're doing a podcast. So this is a great privilege for me.
So we've been telling or saying podcast for many times already, but anyway, our topic for today is entering college. So it's a two perspective since it's going to be a K to 12 experience, which is my sister. She encountered K to 12. They are the ones that are first batch for K to 12, and I am the first batch, or I mean the last batch that wasn't able to be part of the K to 12 program. So let's begin. So what do you want to talk about? I mean, where do we see ourselves, or maybe from high school or like ending high school? I guess that would be the first good start, I guess.
Yes, that's correct.
So when I ended high school back in 2015, it was what, 5 years ago. It's already 2020, one of the worst
Yes.
year. So 2015, I had my high school in University of Southern Philippines Foundation. It's in Lahug campus. So by the way, we are from Cebu City. We are based here in Cebu. So in 2015, fourth year high school, it was my last year as a high school student. So I decided to enter college and didn't have any idea what I'm going to take up, what course I'm going to take up basically. So um I don't know. I just initially thought of psychology as a course. Well, I am currently a psychology major, so I took up psychology. Well, psychology is too many words. Um, yeah, it was initially a course, but primarily I wanted to take up mass communication. So it was supposedly in USJR. I wanted to take up the course, but we just moved in somewhere in Talamban, Cebu City. If you're from Cebu City, you're going to be really familiar the places that I'm mentioning. So basically, um, I started to take an entrance exam at the University of San Carlos in Talamban campus, and luckily I entered. I passed the exam, so I didn't hesitate already. So I decided to simply take psychology. As simple as that.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess we're just gonna go back and forth. You know, my experience from entering college and yours as well.
Yes.
So how was it? How was your grade 10? I guess grade 10 is the fourth year. That's the term for the
Yes, that's
fourth
fourth
year
year.
high school.
Yes, yes.
So grade 10, then after grade 10 is an
Grade
additional 2
11.
years, right?
Yes, that's the K to 12.
K to 12 program.
Yeah. Grade 11 and grade 12. So, entering senior high for the very first time was really, nerve-wracking. I mean, I was really nervous which or what strand to take. So, I've had a lot of
But
options.
first, your initial thoughts on the K to 12 program. Of course,
um,
you were pissed.
yes, because
Another a lot of students were pissed that time because they thought they're gonna graduate with high school already, but then the government is being,
additional 2 years, so it's really tiring to hear already. How much more we enter it.
exactly.
So, entering senior high, so I was really, really challenged by the peers And I haven't really decided which strand to enter.
All right. So, speaking of strand, how many strand does the senior or the K to 12 program has, all in all?
I think it has four: STEM, ABM, UMS, and gas. Yeah.
So, four
Four,
strands.
four, four.
Four strands.
That's what I have known. I don't know of the other school of uh what they offered.
So there are additional strands aside from the four major ones. It
Yes.
depends on the institution
Yes,
or the
yes.
school. So what was your strand back then?
So my strand is STEM, which is science, technology, mathematics, and engineering.
All right. So
Yes.
how was it? I mean, talk about it. What was the subjects involved or the courses that you will be taking up in the future if you took up this strand? Is that the process?
Yes. So taking STEM was really, challenging. So I thought of it's like high school, like basic science, basic math, but no, we had pre-calculus, calculus, chemistry, biology, physics, all in all together. And it was really difficult. I mean, it's like college too.
Yeah, it's like I think I'm familiar with that. I mean,
Yes.
there are a bit of college courses, so
Yes. A bit of college.
it's initially college.
Yeah.
There are minor subjects
Yes.
that can be seen in college actually.
Yes.
So
So
that was your strand, which is
yes,
STEM. So it's also really complicated. I mean,
it really
it's
is.
something new for many students, but back on our days when we ended high school, we just take up entrance exam
Mm,
when we go to college, and then for your case, right after you take your or right after you finish that K to 12 program, what was the process when you enter college? Like for us, it was basically taking up the test to whichever institution or school you're gonna go, or what course are you gonna
mm,
take up. So that's basically it. And when you pass the exam, then you can, according to your course, of course.
yeah.
So when you pass that, you can already enrolled. But for your case, guys, for the K
K
to
to
12
12 first
people,
takers.
yeah, for the batch of K to 12, what was it? Like right after taking K to 12 program, going to college, what was the process?
So the resemblance of it, it's just like your case. We took the entrance exam and then get the results, but the difference is that before taking K to 12, depending on your strand. So for example, STEM. So inside STEM already depends on the related courses around STEM, like
Sure.
medical,
So
engineering.
so there is
So
a
there is
subject
already,
in
yes,
line, yeah,
there is
subject in line to
already
the
a
strand.
pathway to your college
Okay. So
depending on what strand you're taking.
so the exam, um what was it for us? It was only like half day. We just took like general tests, like what was it? I almost forgot, like math, IQ, English. I forgot the other. I remembered it was four types of tests, but I forgot the other one. But for you guys, what was it? Was it a whole day exam? Was it a half day exam? But for us, it was only half day, and then we wrapped it up like half of the day already.
So I didn't clearly remember because that was a year ago. But as I remembered, we took the exam. It was a whole day. And the first set of our exam, it was the general, like the science, math, English. But then on the afternoon, around the noon, they released the results from the basic subjects, and they would compare they would compare the test results of which of the exams that you had the highest score. So, for example, in the basic subject, you got the highest score in science. So they would let you take the medical field like in the science. So you would take in the afternoon the biology.
Oh, so like
Yeah.
they're testing the which subjects are you highest in? Is
Yes,
that
yes. It's
am
like
I
that.
right?
I it's like in the afternoon it got deeper, the subject got really specific.
More in-depth
Yes.
subject. So whichever subject you're highest in when you take up in the afternoon,
Yes.
I in the morning rather,
Yes. It's
in the
like in
morning.
morning basic subject like math, science, but in the afternoon, it got specific like biology.
Okay.
Mm.
So which makes it longer than
Yeah.
ours.
That's right.
Ours was much more simpler, I guess.
Oh yeah. It's very
Okay.
different.
Yeah. So since now we're both we're college, but I'm already done with college. You're
Yeah,
currently
I'm currently second year.
second year course is,
Is Bachelor of Science in Executive Resource and Management.
but was that your first course?
Oh, too bad. It's not my first course. It's my second
Sure.
course. And
That's not bad at all.
yes. It had a lot of pressure. I'm a shifty, by the way, and my first course was information system.
Right.
Yeah, related to IT, CS.
Sure. So, um, for our case, I'm already done with college and I just graduated last 2019, last
Last
year.
year.
Yeah. So we're not gonna delve with that much more, maybe later on. But for my sister, she's currently second year college.
Yes.
So when I entered college, it was actually quite difficult because it was a super new environment. Like when you move from a small school, not naman small school, but yeah, a quite okay school, I guess. And then transitioning to a very known and big school. Like if you're from Cebu City, you would know what University San Carlos is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I entered as a freshman, it was so much pressure and it was so difficult to actually familiarize like physically the places. It's so difficult to familiarize
True.
because in Cebu here, USCTC is one of the biggest school. Like geographically, it's one of the biggest school. It is located here in Talamban, and
Salamat
yeah,
campus.
Talamban campus, and there are many departments, and the area is super
Super
big.
big.
So it was a discovery, and um I think the thing that I would remember when I entered college as a freshman, I guess it was the first introductory part of my freshman was the Warriors Fresh Camp. I
Yes.
guess everyone who was part of my batch would really remember that.
That was what year?
It was
Ah, yeah,
2015. Yeah, 2015.
2015.
So it was Warriors Fresh Camp is actually it was a welcome to the freshies.
Welcome
Yeah,
gathering.
welcome gathering to the freshmen. So it was organized by the Supreme Student Council in the school.
Yes.
So what we were doing was just, roaming around the entire campus, going to different places and to different departments, and you are mixed up for all different freshmen.
Yes, it was just
So
really fun because you get to know a lot of people.
yeah, but later on we will also discuss your batch. It's similar with
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
Warriors Fresh Camp but different name.
Yes.
And yeah, it was Affinity yeah,
It was
2018 I
changed.
remembered.
It was changed to Affinity.
Yeah. So for our
And
batch, it was Warriors Fresh Camp. That was the
oh
name.
yeah.
So yeah, we tour around the campus and then we looked into the different places, which was the canteen, the mathematics department, the School of Arts and
BCC, yeah.
Sciences, engineering.
MR.
Yeah. So just basically all the schools,
All
but
the
not all at
schools.
all. Not all at all.
Yes.
There is also another campus of USC, which is in main campus.
Main.
So some schools are in main campus and some are in Talamban campus. But anyway, I just wanna say that Warriors Fresh Camp was the best thing I experienced back
Same
in
here.
freshman.
Affinity.
Yeah, for you guys. But for ours, it was really great because we were, again, I've mentioned that we were grouped with different people and different freshmen.
Yes, yes. That was kind of mixed.
Yeah, mixed
Everything was mixed
for all.
for
But for
all.
our case, we were all jumbled, and I remembered that there was something online, like we had to enter online, like it was an entry for you to which tribe are you.
Oh, really? We didn't have
Yeah, we
that.
had that. So you I
Cool.
think, yeah, you have to click something, a link back then, and then when you click that link and then you would actually enter, I think it was your ID number. You would enter your ID number, and then it would come out that which tribe are you in, what tribe are you gonna be. So it
Cool.
was a bit thrilling for us because we don't know who's on that tribe. And then,
Really?
yeah, and then my friends back in high school, some of my friends also are from USC. So we actually told one another that, what tribe are you in, or like, are you on this tribe? So we were very excited, and we were also hoping that we belonged to us the same tribe, but we weren't. But it was really fun. It was so fun. Like, it was the best highlight of my college, one of the best highlight in my college. So now that I've mentioned Warriors Fresh Camp, what about Affinity?
Oh, yes. This is really interesting because Affinity was also fun. Really, really fun. I got to meet a lot of people, and my favorite part was we were given freebies.
Freebies. Oh, we also had
Yeah.
freebies like
Our
shirt and,
oh,
yeah, we had
yours
shirt.
was
Yeah,
shirt.
shirt.
Ours
And then
was
a booklet and a
oh
bag.
yeah, yeah.
You remember
Ours
that?
was a tote bag
Tote bag.
with a
Yeah, the
logo.
tote bag is nice from you
Yes,
guys.
logo of USC. So
I think you have shirt,
we didn't have shirt. It was only bag and the booklet and
but
stuff.
I
Shirt
remember
was
the shirt
only
was only for the
yes.
kuyas and
Yeah,
ates who
yeah,
handled the
affinity.
groups.
Our tribe
Yeah,
parents, by
tribe
the
parents,
way.
that was it.
So,
But you saw our shirt. You
yes,
see my shirt every day. It's
yes.
good.
It
Right?
had a good print on it.
Good friend. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the process of your um, tribes was through
Yeah,
online.
through online.
Really, because ours was on the spot.
On the
On the
spot.
spot. And it was held on main campus first, I think. Yeah.
Main day one. It was
Day
day
one,
2 days
yes, yes,
for you
2 days.
guys.
Day one was main, and then day two was already in TC. So it was fun. We had a lot of activities and games.
In terms of your affinity, it was an advantage for you guys because you both did it on two campus, so main and
Yes,
TC.
yes. Well, how
Back
about
then, it
you?
was only in TC. It
Oh,
was only in Talamban campus. It was only one
really?
day. Yeah.
So you didn't went to main
We
campus?
didn't went to Maine. That's why when we go to Maine, we're not familiar
Really?
with Maine because we haven't been. We're TC
You were
campus. We're
in.
TC peeps, you
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah.
So we're not familiar with Maine.
Yeah. So we were toured on this both campus on the main and
That's great.
DC. Yes. The tribe parents were really great and good to us. They were very welcoming. They treated us like their daughters and sons.
By the way, tribe parents. I was supposedly a tribe parent on your affinity,
Oh, and why
but
did
I
you?
backed out
Why,
because
why,
it
why?
was super hectic. I was part of an org that year, and I was also a quiet, like, by the way, your affinity 2018 was actually organized by psychology people. Most of them were psychology people.
Really?
And I don't know, maybe there are some misunderstandings and they were a bit disorganized. I have to be honest. They were really unprepared. They were a bit unprepared that time. So I decided to back out from that because I wasn't receiving good right information. So, and I was too busy. I decided to just back out.
Oh, but it would be fun if you
Yeah, but
did.
tiring, super tiring.
Yes,
It was super
yes.
hot.
Yeah, yeah.
The weather in the Philippines is
It
insanely hot.
was it was really sunny, a sunny day to us. But
The
speaking of
same with us, yeah.
yeah, speaking of tribe parents, I remembered our tribe. It was G26 Waitatsa, and our tribe parents, two from main campus and one from TC. One boy TC, he was fourth year standing chemical engineer, and those
Wow.
and those two girls, they were accountancy and they already graduated now. It was really, they were
So
really
you
good.
had three tribe parent?
Three tribe
Three tribe. We
parents.
only had two tribe parent back then. Yeah,
Oh, I
I still
see.
remembered he was an architecture student and the other one was I think
Ooh,
psychology student, yeah.
psychology.
And I was pressured because oh my gosh, she's a fourth year psychology and I'm only first year.
It had a lot of people. It was really
So when you
fun.
first entered USC, we have both different experience. What was yours? How was it when you entered it?
Well, oh, I'm like
When you entered to
a.
it?
It was like I'm a lost kid around there because it was big and I had few friends that time, and but still it was, an adventure for me to explore new place, new environment, new people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's always been the issue, I guess, of being
Yeah.
a college student entering the first time in your dream university.
Yes. I've
And
really
also,
wanted to go to USC.
yeah, and it's also like finding people, I guess. It's part
Yeah,
of the
great
process.
people.
But currently, you're not in TC anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. You're in Maine.
Last year I was in TC
Yeah.
and that I shifted. I'm currently main.
Maine.
I'm a main peep now.
Yeah, because most or the School of Business and Economics courses are located in main campus.
Main
That's
campus,
why.
most of them, because we it's like we're the most populated populated
Crow-
school.
Crowded as
Yes,
well.
crowded.
Crowded and
Many students of us.
but TC is also there are also a lot of school in TC.
Yeah,
And you know
TC is big.
guys, the first also like moving on, um I guess this is our last I think we're about to end, but on this part, like when you experience intrams in USC, it's the best.
Yeah, true.
For you guys, you weren't able to witness like the best time of intrams.
I think
That
we
was
didn't
yeah.
because we're newbies at that.
So for my experience during intrams, I was a college athlete. I tried out for like soccer baseball. No big deal. So anyway, yeah, I when you're a college athlete and then every intrams you get to pass the gym, like you have a parade for
Yes, you
athletes,
have to pass the crowd.
the center of the gym, and there were so many people already lined up at 4 a.m. Believe it or not, like students are so many already at that hour. And I didn't realize that until I experienced my first intrams in USC. So it was crazy, but for us, we were only fine if we arrived in Maine. By the way, intrams are always at the main campus.
Main.
So it's okay for us to arrive like 6 a.m. because we have special passes.
Oh
And
yeah.
so the first time I experienced USC entrance, it was so loud and so many people, so good. And I don't know what happened to to the next few years later on. My gosh, your intrams. What was when was the first time you experienced intrams? Was it when
Last year.
they were giving like the tickets?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
With the
gosh.
ticket.
That was the most
It
horrible.
was the worst. I don't know because it's sort of, picky to
So guys,
everyone.
in trams in our school, it was so beautiful. Like again, I've mentioned it was so loud and so great, but
Everyone was
eventually
out.
when things I don't know why
What
did they
happened?
decided to do that, but for my sister's case, her first what was the process of your first in trams experience?
So our in our experience back then. So it was sort of a picky situation because everyone is not, you know, in what do you call this? Not anyone could go.
Yeah, not anyone
Not
could
anyone could
enter
go.
the gym
Yeah.
because they had to give tickets.
Yeah,
They limit
yeah.
the people, in
They limit
short.
the people. So only a few students chosen and were given tickets by the department, and yeah, I was not given. Sad, you know.
It wasn't the same anymore
Yeah,
back in
yeah.
our years. But actually, I tried to, like, just for fun, I wanted to win ticket, but I did anyway. I won a ticket and I wasn't really going, but anyway, I did go just for like a few hours and then I left na.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and also the athletes that are having parade limited already. Not
Yeah,
all
everything
sports
was
are involved
limited.
to have parade. So it was very, I don't know. No comment to that.
Yeah,
But
but
anyways,
still.
we're going forward to what are the things that are highlighted in college? Oh, let's mention the places we go to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the eats. We're gonna mention
Yes,
the
yes, go,
eats.
go.
So usually I eat outside because I am located at the top of the mountain.
SAS.
SAS is
So,
located super far from the gate. Like we have
to
shuttles.
ride shuttle.
Yeah, there are shuttles in our school, and we have to pay 5 pesos to go to whatever department we are. So I usually go out and just eat outside, especially when I was in first year. I was eating alone. I literally it was so heartbreaking because back in high school I was eating with my friends all the time. Like we go
Yes.
to canteen together all the time. And then when I entered college, oh my gosh, is this really college? I was also shocked that I'm eating alone already. There was also a point in time where I wanted to cry eating alone. Like I was
It
literally
was
eating
really
alone.
hard, you know. I experienced it too. So, what was your favorite go-to lunch or eat
So
place?
since I'm going outside all the time, I my first favorite calendaria at USC is Anesitas. Yeah, it
Oh, I
was
see.
near the gate 3. I usually eat there when I was in first year.
Gaithry, yeah. I
Yeah.
also ate to random canderias, but you know, as time passed by, my friends took me to Green Derby. I recommend Green Derby. It's
Yeah,
really yummy there.
she was mentioning Green
Sorry
Derby.
for that.
Oh, this
Okay,
speaker.
go.
So she mentioned Green Derby a lot of times already, and I was finished with college, so I wasn't able to explore that area. But it is located at Rosedale. Yeah, near
Yes.
Rosedale. Orange Root
Yes.
near Orange. But when you first time in USCTC, where did you eat?
Around also Gaithry, just random canderias with some friends.
Yeah,
Tagala.
Tagala, across the
Jerry's
gate.
chicken, yeah.
So actually, guys, there are a lot of eats in USC. Like wherever you are, like nearby, there are a lot of like cafes, carinderia. If you're in a budget thing, like it, there are a lot of choices actually.
It's always a problem to us when every lunchtime because we're always, you know, let's go eat there, here, there.
Yeah, you can't
We
decide
can't
because there are so
decide.
many
Yeah.
options. But I think this is going to be a lot of there are a lot of people who loves this. Silugan ni Gian is the
Yes,
best. Still,
Silugan.
yeah. Now I'm craving.
So many Banzel peeps there gonna eat. And Rosedale too.
Yeah. So basically, that's just in a nutshell, that's how we entered college. That's how we entered that's how we experienced college firsthand.
The roller
Yeah, roller
coaster.
coaster. So thank you guys so much for listening to my podcast, actually, together with my sister, my special guest,
Yes.
Nina Diaz. So I hope you guys learned a thing or two from this podcast or this
Our
talk.
little podcast.
Our little podcast. No
Yeah.
sponsor yet. Hopefully in the future. But anyways, yeah, thank you so much for keeping with us, for catching up with me.
Yes, we would love to catch you guys
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, exactly. So if you guys want us to talk about other topics, please do suggest to us. So thank you so much. This is Catch Up with Clarity. See you soon again for our next episode.